original species, Rich, Nikki, Lincoln, and myself, Dave, are going to play Evolution, designed by Dominic Crapuchettes, Dmitry Knorre, and Sergey Machin. It plays 2 to 6 players, and it is published by North Star Games. So let's climb out of the ooze and see what happens.
Gross.
Yes.
Say, Dave.
Yes, Rich?
I was wondering, would you consider teaching us evolution?
Wow.
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, thank you. Good. Cool.
Evolution is a relatively simple game, actually, in how the turns happen. This is one of those games where we're going to do 4 separate phases on our turn. They're all pretty simple. We're just going to keep doing that over and over and over again. But the fun, the meat of the game, as it were, comes in this huge deck of trait cards that will have different sort of traits for our species that will allow them to feed better or be more defensive or be aggressive, or we'll see as we go. Mm-hmm. The game comes with these cool little food bags. This is where you are going to put the food you eat, which is how you are going to score by the end, which is all the food you eat. So everybody take one. We've laid them out just to show them.
Ooh, I want this mean, nasty one.
In case you actually care about it.
I do care.
And then we would never use those again. And we all start with one species. This is a species.
Okay.
They are printed double-sided. One side is vertical and the other side is horizontal. It doesn't matter what side you use.
Just your preference.
It is just there for your personal preference and also perhaps table space. Here you go. You get this. Take 2 cubes. All species, all new species start at 1 population and 1 body size. All right.
Bucking the trend, Dave. You got the horizontal.
Yeah.
The horizontal.
I like
So.
Dave wants the horizontal.
So here is.
I'm ordering that T-shirt. By the way.
Here is how a turn works. At the beginning of each turn, we are going to deal out cards. All right. All players will get 3 cards, plus 1 card for every species they have in front of them.
Okay.
So at the beginning, we're all going to get 4 cards. We will then look at those 4 cards, and from the cards in our hand, we might have cards, say, carried over from the previous round, but from your hand of cards, we're all going to take one, and we're going to play it face down here in the watering hole.
I'm sorry, one question. Is it drawing up to 4 cards?
Nope.
Or it's, okay, so you can hold over cards.
Yep.
You might have 8 cards to choose from.
Yep.
Gotcha, thank you.
We're all going to take a look at our cards, and we're going to throw them here in the watering hole. Mm-hmm. That's the second part of the phase.
Oh, wow.
The third part of the phase now goes in turn order from the start player. Nikki has been randomly determined to be the start player with this cute little start player token.
Yes.
She's wearing that shirt.
Yes.
That's true.
All right. The start player will now play, Nikki as the start player, will now play as many of her cards remaining in her hand as she wants. She can play them all, she can play none of them.
Okay.
After she's done playing cards, then Lincoln will play cards, then you, then me. Once that ends the play cards phase, all right? Once cards get played, we then go to the feeding phase. The cards we've now put in the middle will be turned over. Mm-hmm. That will generate plant food here at the watering hole. And then once that has happened, we will go to the eating phase. All species who are hungry must eat. And we will eat again in turn order, starting from the start player, which is Nikki. So Nikki will eat Lincoln, then you, then me. Then if Nikki still has hungry species, she will eat again. Then
Gotcha.
Lincoln, then you. And we'll just keep doing that until everybody eats, is full, or there is nothing left to eat. Right? We will then do a little bookkeeping phase just to see if species...
Dinosaurs did bookkeeping.
to see if species still exist.
Very realistic. Yes.
And then the start player token will move, and we'll just keep doing that over and over and over again.
Okay.
So let's talk about the cards, because that's the main bulk of the game. These cards are all traits, okay? There are, I think, 17 different traits in the game.
Okay.
7 of each, but 7 each of 16 traits, and then 17 carnivore cards
Oh, wow. Okay.
in the deck because that's the only way your species, all of the species that we have without essentially a carnivore trait are herbivores. Well, they're not herbivores, they're just not carnivores. All right? A regular species can eat plant food and it can also eat meat.
Scraps or
that'll
whatever.
it'll be explained later, don't worry about it. For the most part, it's going to mostly eat plant food. The rule that's important to remember is that a carnivore can never eat plant food. A carnivore can only eat meat.
So once you go carnivore,
You can go. There's a way you can go back, but
you can
okay.
devolve.
you can. All right.
Or
The trait
evolves,
cards.
maybe.
Sure.
The trait cards all have two things on them. The first is the trait. The second is this little number in the lower right corner. All right. For purposes of food generation, that's all that matters.
Okay.
So if these were the 4 cards that got put in during this phase, when we grow food or whatever it's developed food, we're going to add these up. So 5, 4 is 9, and 0 is still 9, and 7 is 16. That's a lot and probably won't be in there. And then we're going to put 16 plant food into
Okay.
the middle. One side is plant, the other side is meat.
Oh.
That food will go in the watering hole, and these cards will now be thrown away.
Okay.
Remember, this is a requirement by all of us. We all have to put a card in. There are cards with negative numbers down here. I think the range is -3 to 8.
Okay.
All right. And you will be required to do that. So you are throwing away a trait that you cannot use for your hand. All right. So for purposes of this, all we care about is the number.
Okay.
All right. Now card play. So now it's Nikki's turn as a start player, and she has card play. She can play cards. All of us can play cards in one of 3 ways. The first is you can add a trait to your species.
Okay.
When you do that, you place it face down above your species.
Or to the side.
Or to the side, any way you want, as long as you do it consistently and it's connected with that species.
Gotcha.
A species can have up to 3 traits,
Okay.
but none of the traits can be the same
Okay.
on the species. So they must all be unique to that species. Does that make sense? You can't double up a trait on a species.
Yes, but that doesn't have to be unique to that species from another
Correct.
species. Okay.
Just each species can only have up to 3 traits, and
they
they
must be
have to
different.
all be different.
Got it.
Okay? You play them face down so that none of us know what they are. So Nikki will do that, then Lincoln, then you, then me. And then when we're done with that phase, then they go face up, then we reveal food.
Okay.
So you know, for example, if I've done this, you know that I've played 3 traits to the species. You just don't know what they are.
Right.
Okay? So you can, if you would like, let's assume these are face up. I could, on my turn, if it was card play, I could do this. I could throw this one away and add this one instead.
I see, because there's a cap of 3.
Because there's a cap of 3. You can always replace an existing one.
So that's how you could go from carnivore to not carnivore.
Correct. Or vice versa.
Right.
All right? So that's one way that you're going to play your cards. You're going to add traits to an existing species. Another way you play your cards is you discard any card from your hand and you get another species. You start a brand new one.
Okay.
And the species always start at 1 population and 1 body size. When you start a new species, it goes to the left or to the right of your existing pack.
Okay.
So if I were to start a 3rd one, it could go here or here, but not between these 2.
Okay.
And the reason that's important, there are some traits in the deck that matter right on the left.
Oh, okay.
All right? It says it on the cards. You'll know when you see the cards.
Okay.
If in the course of the game this species went extinct, this would shore up
Got
for
it.
purposes of then growing their size. All right? So that is another way you can use your cards. Discard to get yourself a new species. And note that if I were to do this at the beginning of the next round, I would get 5 cards. 3, because everybody gets 3, and you get a card for each species that you have. A third and final way you can use your card is you can discard a trait card to bump up either your population or your body size by 1. And you can do that as many times as you want. I could do there's 1 there and 1 there or 2 there.
Got it.
Or 1 and 1 and 1, or whatever you want to do. Those are the 3 ways you use card play.
Okay.
All right? Once we're done with that, we have all played cards. At the end of the card playing round, all the face down cards get turned up for the traits, and then we feed.
Okay.
All right, so
Sound like we're vampires.
Starting with Nikki, all species that don't have food are hungry and want food. Okay? A species wants as much food as it has as its population size. And a species cannot eat above its population size because once it has that, it is satisfied and no longer hungry. All right? Assuming that none of us are carnivores at the beginning of the game, let's say, and this is the situation, Nikki would eat first. She would take one and it would go here.
Got it.
Okay.
And then Lincoln would take one and you would take one. And then I would take one and it would go, let's say here or here, wherever I want to put it. Then Nikki, if she could eat again, would eat again. If this, for example, were at 4, she would take another one.
Okay.
Lincoln is full, you're full. I would feed this one. Nikki would take another one. Full, full, full. And she would take another one. And these stay for the next round.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay?
Right.
So let's talk about some of the traits. I'm not going to explain them all. We'll just do it as we go because it's easier than explaining 17 traits.
Okay.
Nikki wants
I had a question about the food, though.
Go ahead.
I might be jumping ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
Can this ever run out? And what
yeah.
happens if
Yes.
you can't feed up
That's
to
actually a great question.
your number?
Because this is an anomaly example. The higher numbered cards tend to be the traits you want to keep.
Okay.
So, yes, if this runs out, then you just don't get food. You
Okay.
don't get enough. And I haven't talked about what happens there.
All
yet.
right. That's
But I will get to it.
okay.
Let's do food traits. Here's a trait called long neck. The food traits all have kind of a green background to remind you. And it all says very simply, when the food cards are revealed, meaning when we turn them over and add them up, this guy's got a long neck, so he takes a plant food from the food bank. This is the food bank.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
not
This is the watering hole.
He just gets a freebie.
Yep. And not only that, but he no longer needs to feed.
Well, at least
At this moment.
At
yes.
this moment, correct.
Got it.
So that's what that does. Foraging, let's say I was here, and it came around to me, Nikki, then Lincoln, then you, and now I eat, and let's say there's 3 here. Foraging, this species, when it eats plant food, you take an additional plant food from that same source. So in this case, I would take a second one.
Interesting.
And I'd still have room for a third if it was there next time it came around to me. If there were only one there, and I did this, then I would just get one. But it's from the source. If I had a long neck and foraging, I would take one from the food bank, and because I have foraging, I would take a second one from the
food
same
bank.
source,
Oh,
not
okay.
from here. The card's pretty clear. All right? So these are food-related ones, and again, they've got green backs, or they'll say on them what they need to do.
Okay.
Hard shell is a defensive thing, and the reason you might want that, I haven't really gotten to it yet, is, in fact, let's get to it now, is that you might be a carnivore. Carnivores do not eat plant food, they eat other species. And by other species, that's any other species. You can eat one of your own other species. You might be forced to do that because a carnivore, if it can eat, must eat. All species, if they can eat, must eat.
Right.
All right? The way a carnivore works is a carnivore attacks other species. And for that attack to be successful, a carnivore must have a larger body size than the species it's attacking.
Yeah.
Equal to is no good. It must have a larger body size, and it must be able to overcome any defenses that
traits
species
that
had.
we have, yeah.
There is, let's see, did I pull one out? Oh, hard shell, for example. Hard shell is add 4 to your body size when determining if you can be attacked.
Oh,
Right?
I see.
You have a hard shell.
Oh, that's an interesting way to abstract that defensiveness.
Right.
It's kind
Here's
of-
one, climbing. So this species can climb, which means a carnivore must also have climbing to attack that species. You must also be able to climb.
Yeah,
like
don't get
this
attached
a
to your
lot.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, right. Okay, they come
They
and go.
are evolving and disappearing potentially.
There is a card called Intelligence. Intelligence allows you to discard a card from your hand, and anytime when you feed, and for a carnivore, you can negate a trait of someone else's species. So if you had climbing, but I didn't, but I had intelligence, now I'd have to have kept a card in my hand. But I could discard it to ignore climbing. And if you also had hard shell, and that was enough, I could discard 2 cards with intelligence to negate both of those.
Wow.
Okay.
Intelligence is good.
If you are not a carnivore, you can discard a card and just take 2 food from the food bank. That's another way of eating when this runs out.
Seems like a good card.
Because when this runs out, and I haven't gotten to the carnivore feeding yet, if you don't, let's say this is, for example, let's say at the end of feeding I look like this. I have 2 food, but I have a population of 3. Your population goes down to as many food as you've gotten. So if I had a population of 5, it would drop down to 2. All right? When a carnivore eats, let's say for the sake of argument that I had a 3 and a 3, and this was a carnivore. When a carnivore eats, it attacks another, let's say I attacked Nikki in this case. I have a body size of 3, so I have a bigger species than her, and let's say there's no defenses. It gains as much meat from the food bank as the body size of the animal you are attacking. So in this case, attacking her only gets me 1 meat.
Okay.
If she had a body size of 2, that'd be better for me. I would get 2 meat. All right? When you are attacked by a carnivore, you drop 1 in your population because it eats one of your thing. So in this case, this would drop down to 1. I'm getting into weird special rules that I haven't gotten to yet, but if she were full, this food that was once here would immediately go into her bag.
Okay.
Meaning she's still going to score it.
Okay.
All right? And then it would go around the table again.
Goes in his mouth.
Let's say Nikki was at 1 and I attacked her and I got 1 meat. Now Nikki feeds, now Lincoln feeds, now you feed. Hey, guess what? My carnivore is still hungry. I have not gotten enough food for my population. So if I wanted to, I could attack Nikki again.
So all of these attacks are happening during that same feeding phase?
It is feeding.
Okay.
It is basically feeding. Carnivores feed on other species. Non-carnivores feed on plant life.
Okay.
All right?
So the crux
And if I were to attack her again, she would drop down 1 again in population, and I would get 1 more meat.
And that food would go in her bag.
Correct.
To be scored later. Okay.
Because what's going to happen is, at the end of feeding, any species, your population drops if you don't have enough food. Any species that has no food, if your population ever drops essentially to 0, that species becomes extinct and goes away.
Okay.
And then all the food you have on the things that you're eating all goes in your bag. Because the end game scoring, when we get to the end, is 1 point for every food in your bag, regardless of whether it's plant or meat, plus your population. Plus 1 point for every trait you still have on an active species.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay?
Interesting.
If your species goes extinct, let's say this carnivore goes extinct. This goes away. I lose this. These get discarded, but I get the number of trait cards I'm discarding. I get them from the deck.
New cards.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
That's before that's at the end of the turn. So during the next round, I'll still get my 3 cards plus my 1 per species, but I'll get cards in the deck.
Okay.
Questions?
No.
I don't think
In
so.
the rules, do they call this a stomach?
No, I don't think they do. I think they just call it like a food. I think they call it a food bag.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like the stomach.
Okay, so what? How do you win? You said again the score is food consumed plus your population
Correct.
plus the number of trait cards on a living species
At the end of the game.
At the end of the game.
I have not told you what triggers the end of the game, and that is when this deck needs to be reshuffled to deal out cards. That is the last round.
Oh, okay.
If it happens during the deal cards phase. If it happens after that, then we play 1 more round.
Got it. You want me to give some of those a shuffle, or you love shuffling? I heard.
I do.
I got it. I cut my teeth on shuffling because before I got into strategy games, this is my deep dark confession, I was really into Uno. Believe me, it's okay. I get it, but you get used to shuffling those 108 cards, and then you just get that muscle, and then people will be like, "How are you shuffling the whole?" It's like your hands move to make room for all those cards. So I guess what I'm saying is, All those years
Plus
in
one, plus one. Plus
training
one,
on
plus
Uno were for this moment to be able to shuffle the evolution
Okay.
deck. So we can thank Merle Robbins. He created Uno, guys.
Oh, okay.
See, I know a thing or two about Uno.
Fancy as well as schmancy.
Wow, great times. Really
And I've given
You shouldn't
myself-
be very embarrassed
You have 4
about
cards?
that. That's
Everyone have
what
4
I
cards?
played
Yes.
with my grandparents
High five.
all
Draw
the
one from
time.
me. I drew.
Play with my kids
I gave
all the
myself an
time.
extra card.
Oh, I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good card.
I know.
Might have been.
Glad to see that one gone.
Oh, that was my carnivore card.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Wait, I don't know.
All right, so we're throwing in for the numbers right
So
now.
the first
yes?
thing we do is we're throwing in a card for the number on the bottom to generate food.
Okay,
Okay.
I see. Okay. What I'm going to do is find a trait card I don't understand and just throw it in the
Yeah.
That is one way to do it.
Yep, there's one.
Wow, that's weird. We can discuss these too, right?
Yep.
Why did you throw that in?
I have to tell you, I feel like there's a rule I've forgotten, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, well.
We'll see what happens if it comes up.
Fun.
Oh,
I can't
boy,
wait to read the
Dave.
forums under the video. Let us know.
No, I mean, the game really is that simple.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
All right, now, starting with Nikki.
Yes.
Card play.
Oh, we don't
Nope.
do that?
Not until after all the cards are played. Nobody knows what this is going to be yet.
All right, I'm going to have a long
put it-
neck.
Nope. You put it
I'm
face
gonna
down
have
so you
it.
don't know what you
I'm
have.
going to have
Hey, you got
that.
a long neck.
Okay.
Let me
What
research.
Nikki played?
There's some other ones I would like to lay down, so you
What else
never
would you
know.
like to do?
Ta-da.
Okay.
Can you remind me? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
So you can add another trait to that if you want.
Okay.
Or you can start a new species, or you can bump up the population or body size of your existing species. Or you can do all of those things. Well,
Okay,
you can't because you don't have enough cards right now, but
so I'll do another trait.
okay.
Oh, so we play. This is my time to do.
You'll do everything.
Got it. We
She's
don't go
going
around
to
on
do
cards.
everything.
Got
Are
it.
you done?
Oh.
Yeah, I can't lay all of them down.
You
on one
could.
turn.
No, but you could discard that one right now and bump one of these up or start a new species.
I'm good.
Okay?
I want to see where this goes first.
This sucks.
Already?
Well, because I actually have some interesting cards.
You always have interesting cards.
Well, I've played it. And
That's kinda how the
I'm
game
like,
works.
These are ones I did not see, and I'm like, wow.
And you
I
never
like
have
this
enough
card.
cards.
Yeah, of course.
You're always like, well,
That's-
okay, I'll throw that. Oh, I can't throw that away. Well,
that's
I
the,
can't throw that away.
Yeah. I always think of Agricola in that way when you just can't ever do everything you need to do. I'm gonna ditch this to start a new species.
Okay.
Hang on here.
Okay, all right, sure, okay.
You're gonna go to the right of that one.
There we go.
It doesn't matter
I mean,
yet.
at
No,
this
I'm
point,
teasing.
and then I'm gonna do this.
Ooh.
So many species.
You must have the same sort of trait.
Maybe not. Wink.
Wink.
Can I ever mate
Interesting.
my species? Can I crossbreed my species?
That's when. you
Okay,
get the
so no
other
one
card.
did that and no one did that. I'm going to try this. I'm going to throw these two away and start these two.
Whoa, hold on, wait a minute, hold on. That's a lot of mustard. Well, now I'm starting to think, should I be going horizontal? I don't know.
No, I think it's better to do this, but who knows?
No, I think so.
It's only bad when other people are looking at your stuff and they don't understand
All
the
right, so we're
list.
done, correct?
We
I
are
suppose
finished.
All
so.
right, so now we turn these over and we add up the numbers on them. And these get all turned up.
Now you have that other card, which you saved.
I'm saving this card for the next round.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Or maybe this round.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
All right, turn over your, anything that's face down, all the traits come up.
Okay.
All right, so here's what we have. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. So 11 plant food go here. And anyone that has stuff that is activated by that happens. So for example,
My long neck.
you get a food from the food bank.
Sweet.
So there you go, take it.
I got it. And then,
Nope, nothing yet.
okay.
Fat tissue doesn't happen yet. And until, okay, great. So
everything's happening.
everything is done. So now starting with Nikki, you feed. Starts with you. You don't need to feed because you are not hungry.
But, okay.
Nope, that's for next round. And we'll get to a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now Lincoln feeds. Rich feeds one of his. I feed one of mine. You're done.
I'm done.
Lincoln has fat tissue. So here's how this works. Fat tissue is when you are full, you can take another food until you get up to your
but my
body
size is
your
this
body
big.
size.
That's a good one.
His body size is 1, so he takes a food token and he puts it on fat tissue. No,
Out of here.
Okay.
I believe it's out of here,
All right. I'm going to feed my other dude.
right? And then I'm going to feed. Done. You can no longer put more on your fat tissue.
Done.
You are
Done.
done. I'm going to feed. Done, done, and done. All right, so Nikki's fertile card does this for her. If at the beginning of a turn there is food left over from the previous round, she bumps her population up by 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
neat.
Right, but
Yeah,
this
that-
will become harder to get.
Yeah.
Especially because as the population increases,
Oh, yeah. Food will go much more quickly, right?
okay, and we'll explain fat tissue in a second when it happens next round. Yours are defensive, both of them. I have nothing. So, everybody take your food, put it in your bag.
Leave fat tissue on there.
Yes.
Your stomach. Put it in your stomach.
Right now, guys.
The start player token moves,
Oh.
It lumbers.
Yes.
and now we all get cards. We're just on the next round, so everybody gets 3.
Can you remind me, please?
Yes, I can, probably. Hold on for a second before you say
Yep.
that. There's 3. You get 1 more. You get 1 more.
Why again?
1 for your species, 1 for species. You get
Okay.
2 more for your 2 species, and I
3.
get 3 more.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
There was something about saving a card to throw away during the
If
feeding
you have
phase?
intelligence.
Oh, that's what it was.
Lincoln
Okay,
has intelligence.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that's just ridiculous. All right, remember, we're all throwing 1 into the middle first. So, for example, the feeding part, this is where a turn order can matter,
Yeah.
is in the
yeah.
feeding, right?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
For sure.
For surely.
It's interesting. So I wonder how they determine these values because they're different.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I did not even realize that. So because I have one that's drastically different than that one.
All right, we've all put 1 in the middle.
Yes.
Now card play, starting with Lincoln. He does all his card play. And we get to, even though they're face down, we get to see
I'm
what
going
he
to discard
does.
this one to take one.
Okay. Cool, right, so far?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Little cubes. Cubes.
Little cubes.
And then put that and discard those to increase my body size.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Interesting.
Just check him over there. Oh,
Oops.
doesn't really matter.
All right. I will do.
Actually, I'm going to reverse that. I'm going to do population.
On both?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember. So, can you? What's the ad? Like, why population versus body size? Body size is for carnivore, right? For defense against
It's
carnivore.
capacity.
Right.
So your population is essentially your victory points. Because,
right, because
that
it's
allows
food.
you to eat more food.
Right. Okay.
Your body size is both offensive and defensive.
Right. I'm gonna ditch
And in the
one.
case of fat tissue, the body size also lets you to store more.
Look at that blob. He just
I
is.
love that. So I ditched one to add my population here, just so
Okay.
you know. And then I'm going to
Go to Paris, France.
that there. It's common, right? Everybody says I'm going to, and then you're just waiting to have it filled in, I suppose.
It's the Steve Martin, right? Go to Paris, France. And.
It's-
It's like very old
Yes,
reference. 40
right.
years old.
I will also do this to another species.
Right
put
or
it-
left? Right or left?
It doesn't matter at this point, and then I'll do this.
Okay, put 1 and 1 in there.
He's going to put another
thank you.
species.
So no one grew body size.
No, I did pop. I figured.
Okay.
I figured that. I mean, there's not necessarily going to be a lot of food.
No, in other words, what I'm saying, I'm asking because if one of you grew body size, that might mean you're
but
carnivores now.
Yeah. I'm not. But
This is where, for example, being last is potentially helpful in turn order, even though you're the last person to get food.
Right.
But if you see that no one has become a carnivore, you think, or defended necessarily against it. Now, there are some cards in here that, for purposes of being a carnivore, add more to your body size. Mm-hmm. But I don't see any of those played right. You could have done that. This could be this 1-2 combination right here.
1-2 punch.
I don't think it is, but it could be.
It's not.
I actually have only seen one card like that. I haven't, and I guess you took the one out of his hand, so.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to put these two here. And then I am going to discard this
To grow something.
bump this body size up.
Uh-oh,
one.
carnivore.
No, that's not that fun.
And I'm going to get rid of this to bump this population up one.
Oh, boy.
And then I'm going to stop there.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Now what can you do?
Discard this for a new species.
Oh, I may have grown
Ta-da.
too quickly.
Thank you, sir.
Now what are you going to do? I saw Dave put his hands
And
up.
I can add traits to this one too,
Yep.
right?
One more. Remember, only 3 traits
Only
maximum,
3
and you
traits.
cannot add long neck or fertile to it.
Sure. We're going to do that, that, and that.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so these all get turned over.
Yeah.
I'm fat tissue cooperation, not a carnivore, as you were probably worried
Scared
about.
me. I have horns here.
Ooh.
Another defense. And then fat tissue.
Everybody
Well,
likes the
that-
fat
that,
tissue.
that was what I was talking about. A -1 and a
Yeah,
5
mine's
and
a
a
zero.
0. And
Yeah,
he's got
that-
a 4.
Yeah.
Well, there's 7 of each, and they all have a unique number on the bottom.
Right.
Okay,
I noticed
interesting.
that on mine too.
All right, so first things first, we're going to reveal these, but during this phase where these get revealed, well, let's just do the numbers first.
Is my
5
fertile
minus
thing
3.
happens, yeah?
Hang on. So those cancel. So 9. 9 plant food in the middle.
Oh, boy.
So, not that it matters, but let's do them one at a time in turn order. All right? So first things first. Lincoln has a card that activates now during this phase, which is fat tissue. All of the food on fat tissue immediately, once this is revealed, goes to his dinosaur, goes to his
Okay.
species. So move all of that off to your species. In this case, it's 1. But that guy now has already eaten 1. Does that make
Neat.
sense?
Okay.
And for purposes of other cards that will
great.
come up in the game, fat tissue is not considered meat or plant food. It is fat. So it does not trigger other things.
Got it.
For example, I have cooperation. When this species takes food, the species to the right also gets a food.
Oh, you.
But in this case, the
Yeah.
fat tissue would not trigger this.
Right.
So in fact, this is actually a dumb combo that I did. But I just did it. Okay.
Now I feed? Or do,
No, hold on. The long neck kicks in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And fertile. So
And fertile.
food is revealed. There was some left over from the
Yeah.
previous round. Your population goes up 1.
Wow.
And you have a long neck, so you draw 1 from the ear.
Yeah.
And now, starting with Lincoln, we feed.
And then we feed.
All right, so just for purposes of showing it, I'll take this one. That cooperation triggers this guy eats here.
Nice.
Oh, and you can do that.
Well, again, I can't because this guy can no longer take food.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay.
But his body size.
No, this is bad
Oh, it's
because
just population.
the fat tissue doesn't trigger this. So this was actually dumb on my part.
Oh, so it's going to render this almost
Useless.
impotent. Yeah,
Yes, I
okay.
put it in the wrong place.
Got it.
But I wanted it to the right. That's
Yeah,
I
of
should have put
course.
the fat tissue here
Got it.
or here. You took one, right?
Oh, sorry. Me now?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do this.
All right, I'm not going to lose one, so I'll take one there.
Okay.
And one goes here.
Oh, no.
And I'm full.
All right, fat
full
tissue.
too?
Yep.
Nope, but fat tissue takes one. Not from there.
From there, okay.
No,
Yep.
don't do that.
And no fat tissue for
why
you.
did I
And
not-
no fat tissue for me.
Wow.
It's also the card you get. It's really hard. Like to try to get the right little engine going for each guy.
All right, did we all? Rich was the only one that didn't feed fully, correct?
Yeah.
So that your population drops down to match your food,
Nerds.
and we're all done. Take all your food, put it in the bag,
Sweet. No, your stomach.
Your stomach.
put it in your stomach,
I felt your stomach getting
pass the start player marker, and here we go.
He's
And he fell down.
he's
All right,
taking a nap.
2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. You have 2 species. You have 2 species. You have 3 species, and I have 3 species.
All right.
And first things first, everybody throw one into the middle.
Hibbity, hey. Did you shuffle these?
Did you say I said
I said,
There's only 7 fat tissue cards in the deck, and it looks like we found all 7 of them right away.
Yeah. Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
Monsters are such interesting people.
I think this is interesting.
So I'm not probably going to do this, but just to show, if I had cooperation here,
Yep.
when this guy ate, he would feed him, and when this guy ate, he would feed
Yeah,
him.
I had done that with the one time I played this before.
When? Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Nah. We'll see how it goes. All right, so first we're doing this, right?
Yeah, but I haven't even thrown a card in yet.
Oh, okay.
Should we wait for everyone to do this before we start laying our other cards out?
Yeah,
guess
well, Rich
so.
does the cards all by himself anyway. Okay, there we go. There's mine.
Okay.
I know, it's
Sucks.
tough.
I want to use them all.
Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to discard this to bump up body size.
Uh-oh.
Here.
Here comes the...
And I'm going to play
Dancing
one there,
horses.
one there, and 2 here.
All right. I'm going to play this and this. I'm going to throw that to bump that body size up 1. I'm going to throw that to bump the... No, I'll do it again. I'm going to throw that to bump... Oh, yes, I did it. To bump that up 1. And I'm done.
Okay. Ta-da. Getting another species. Thank you, sir.
To the right or to the left of the ones you have?
This way.
All right.
And this is going here.
I'll move everything over for you.
Yeah, my bottom row is not being seen, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, these are not on there,
And yes, this is how I want to work that.
Okay.
What was happening there?
He had a colostomy.
Oh boy, this sucks. So I'll do that there. I'll do that there. I'll discard that for a new species and I'll play that next to it.
Here you go. 1 and 1.
It's 3.
All right.
Are we all done?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Carnivore!
Yeah.
Carnivore.
We all do this?
Yeah, flip them up. All right, what do we got? Oh, wow, tons of food. 6, 10, 15 go in the middle. Okay,
Ta-da!
so there were none left over, so fertile doesn't matter.
Okay.
But anyone with fat tissue, immediately move that fat tissue to your species.
Well, long neck.
Long neck, go ahead and take 1 from here.
Should we go over what we just added, or does it?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
I'll just real quick say I added foraging
Nice.
here and cooperation.
Okay.
So every time this guy takes food, he gets an additional 1, and
But
every
not
time,
yet, because right now you can only eat 1. Your population is at
Yes,
1.
right.
Eventually.
But then also when he takes food, this guy gets
Yep.
to take food. This one has scavenger as well, which is anytime a species is attacked by a carnivore, it gets a food from the food bank. Right. And this one is a carnivore.
Okay. I have a carnivore with intelligence. Nothing else here has changed. Carnivore with intelligence.
Yes, I thought that'd be pretty neato. And I added a warning call.
So the warning call, you're going to be in trouble here though, because this carnivore is not going to have enough body size to eat anybody.
Do I have to do it right now?
You had to have done it before we flip cards over. So do you want to take that back?
No.
You don't want to necessarily take
it-
intelligence back to bump up body size.
This is going to
like that.
die this turn. This
Oh,
can't-
it'll
this
die right
can't-
away?
It cannot eat. It needs to eat meat, and it can only
Because
eat
being the
meat.
same size as something doesn't work. So
Okay.
you have to have a target that's a lower body size than you.
You could toss this to bump this up 1, but then you lose this card. You can't use this anyway this round. 'cause-
Right, I'm going to lose it or not.
right.
Or lose.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'll.
There you go.
Boo, I wanted a smart carnivore.
Now you just have a regular.
Anyways, I
dumb
also
thing.
added
So-
warning call to this guy, which is pretty awesome.
Carnivore must have ambush to attack the species that are on the right and the left of this species.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, so gotta have ambush to attack.
Yeah.
Nikki.
Oh, and you each have horns. Horns just basically, a carnivore can attack you, but they have to reduce their population by 1 when they do.
Yeah.
And if they go to 0, they're dead.
Correct.
So I added warning call, which protects these species. I also added hard shell, which makes this one more difficult to attack.
Like
Yeah.
hard shell.
And then I got a long neck.
And you took your long neck already, correct?
Yep.
All right, so, and we didn't do this yet, but I mean, I said it, but we haven't put it. 15 go here.
Yikes.
Which is crazy.
That's a lot of plants.
I think because just the randomness below. I mean, you could try to like make
Right.
it difficult to get food out there.
Right.
Somebody had a minus in there the
All
last
right,
time.
eating starts with you.
Eating starts with me. All right, I'm going to start by taking one for this guy.
Yep.
Now, normally I would take an additional, but I don't because I don't have room for it.
Correct.
However, this person gets one. Well, thing,
Correct.
species gets one as well.
Correct.
Cooperation.
And because of cooperation, and that's it.
I'm gonna do that same thing. I'm gonna take one here. And because of
Cooperate.
cooperation, this guy gets one over here. Done.
Okay. Can I do this right now? Oh, I'd have
You get
everything in
another
my
card.
hand.
You have no card to discard. But
Yeah,
otherwise,
I haven't had
otherwise
cards to
yes,
do.
you could.
Yes, I could. Okay.
So what do you want? Which one do you want to eat first?
Who needs to eat? Well, let's get this guy.
Don't mind me. I'm
No,
just
it's
looking
okay.
at your,
This is kind of
things.
interesting though. I was like, that's a +4.
Yep.
So that
So
was
you
difficult.
both have warning call.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Need ambush. Okay, so Nikki fed.
I did.
I only got. I don't have a lot that I'm gonna. Body fat will help here.
Is that where you're supposed to grab that one from?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope.
No. Good call.
So now is when I can use my carnivore.
You could have done it last turn, but you
right.
chose to eat here first.
Right.
So go ahead, yes.
I'm going to have my carnivore attack this
Yep.
species here.
Yep, because there's nothing I can do about it.
So that happens.
Okay, so here's what happens. You eat one,
I get one, yep. Not from here.
Meat.
From
right?
here.
Right?
Like that, okay.
And my population is reduced by 1 because you ate one of my guys.
And also, because of scavenger,
He eats.
I take one, but does it go to...
Nope,
I
because
just
fat
can't
tissue
take
is
it
not
yet.
food.
Right. So I just don't get that one.
Yeah, you need to bump up that population to
Yes.
have that one.
Okay, got it.
Scavenger's fun.
So that is my turn.
I actually think you can take your scavenger food and put it on the fat tissue.
Okay.
Right? Because the fat tissue just says when you can take extra food.
Yep.
And this is technically food.
Yep.
What,
Okay.
what fat tissue doesn't do is trigger.
So fat tissue.
Food-related
Fat
things.
tissue comes from the pool or from
No,
here?
scavenger comes from the pool,
yes.
and it goes on his fat tissue.
I guess
Sweet.
would it be meat, though? It just says food.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
right?
matter because anything once it's on the
it
fat
becomes
tissue card
fat.
is
Yes,
not
that's
food
right.
anymore.
Great.
Are you fully fed?
I am fully fed.
So your carnivore is no longer attacking.
That's correct.
So I'm going to lose this guy. I think that's okay with me.
Maybe to yourself.
Oh, that would be the thing, because then I could stop Nikki from eating me. I will unfortunately attack myself. No, I don't want to do that. I'm the only person you can attack. Well, no, you can attack someone. You really
Could
can't.
attack me.
I could.
Yeah.
I
He
just
doesn't
like,
have
some-
warning call.
I have strong defenses is all. This defensive herding means a carnivore must be larger in population to attack
No,
the
it
species.
makes more sense to attack. It makes
Hard shell and horns.
It doesn't necessarily.
what? Does it make more sense to attack me?
I mean, that's good. I mean, but you're going to get one less card. If you can possibly somehow keep it going, I don't know what Nikki's going to attack.
Fair enough.
Like over here, potentially, right? What's the protection over there?
Horns is a carnivore will
It hurts her. She's not gonna
decrease
do it.
her population by 1 when
Oh, yeah.
attacking
Okay.
horns.
She can't do this without getting hurt. She can't do that one, right?
Can't do either of these.
These are all protected because of
Oh, I
the
can't do that
warning
one.
call.
No, I think I'm going to lose this guy, actually, unless I attack you.
But here, I don't
So
think
if you're
he
going to
eats
attack
himself,
yourself, then
If I actually attack myself,
die.
then you also have to attack yourself.
I don't want to. Can't he just
No, but
die?
that's a strategy.
No,
I
that
know,
one
you
lives
said.
and this one dies.
No, he has to do
I
it.
know, I
Unfortunately,
know.
I'll tell you what. I don't want to do that.
It doesn't matter.
That's not as fun.
Look at this sweetheart.
Don't worry
This
about
guy
it.
is evolved. This guy is
This
evolved.
guy.
Don't do your
I
best
know.
move.
I am doing my best. I'm looking
please.
around. All right. Well, that is my best move.
I consider
I'm
all
going
the
to attack
options.
myself.
Carnivores are hard.
yeah,
I almost feel like they're too difficult for me to deal with.
Bear.
So I attack
you're-
myself.
No,
Yeah.
they're not. Bears are
Oh,
carnivores.
but then I'm
these are
full.
bears. But they like berries too.
If I attack myself, I'm full. All right, fine.
Yeah,
Full.
these make
and
candy
honey,
bears.
right? Wasn't he a big honey fan?
I just attack myself.
I liked my warning call,
Oh,
guys.
but that food, I did that wrong. The food comes from here, and the food that was on this
Goes in the bag.
goes in the stomach. There you go, Nikki P. Let's go away. All right,
External.
Well, you
And
can attack
this-
this one, but
this
that's
shows
kind
up.
of a cool setup you got going there.
the shore's up.
Oh, I could.
Stupid cooperation is dumb now.
I just have to decide what I want to lose.
Can Nikki? What's warning call?
No.
Must have ambush. Can Nikki attack herself if she doesn't have ambush? Because of warning
yes,
call.
warning call is only protecting these two.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does not protect the species
The middle
itself.
guy.
Oh, okay.
That was why I
okay.
put that beast on there, right? So that would
Oh,
make that
so
more
I could have
difficult.
attacked. Well, with the
Yeah,
horns.
you could have.
With the horns.
But the horns, you would have lost one
Yeah,
population.
no, I'm
but
not interested in that.
I had no cards on that, right?
No,
No.
you did not.
no,
I did
it
not.
was
Sorry, Nikki P.
cardless. Yeah, I
that
have
was
to.
my best move.
I have to.
Yep. So you get a meat from here.
Okay.
She still gets to keep that food, though, right?
That
To her
goes in your
bag, or
stomach.
whatever.
These go away.
I know.
Tummy.
I'm being
This
annoying
side
with
is
that.
tummy.
I'm
No, you're
sorry.
not.
No, it's not.
But you get 3 cards.
Okay.
Those go away.
That's good though. That's the good thing about
Yes.
when you die is you
Now
get cards. 'cause
this
it
I have to
that's
bump.
true.
helps you build
yeah?
the next thing.
Yeah.
That's why I say you're going to lose stuff, but it's not really horrible.
Yeah.
Like you can rebuild immediately. Well, you're going to be 1 card less potentially, right? Because you have to use 1 to start
That
the
was
species.
that feeding.
Eat! To quote Jurassic Park, nature finds a way.
That's right.
Ah, I'm fed. I'm fully fed.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are, because your fat tissue is full.
Fully fed.
I will take 1 and put it here in my fat tissue.
Fantastic. Rah, 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 rah.
And I will take another one on my fat
Be
tissue.
fed. Leave
Wait, how
some
do you
for
get
me
another
for
one
the
in
next
Fat
turn.
tissue is
Oh,
equal
it's
to body
body
size.
son of a gunder.
And
Dang
I will
it.
take another one and put it on my fat
Are you
tissue.
done, Nick?
Ooh, that's
I'm
gross.
done. I was hoping. I was getting excited. I saw
on.
stuff left.
I have fully eaten.
I am fed.
I'm fed too.
Hey, look at that, Mr. Fertile.
I know. Wait, I don't get it now though. I get
It's at the
it
beginning of
next
the-
time.
That goes in your bag, doesn't it?
It all sounds wrong.
All right, so we did the extinction. We did everything else. Put all your food in your bag.
Through there for the forest.
Put all your food in your bag.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's a
This is the deck, by the
brachiosaurus.
way.
Although
right,
brontosaurus
so
is back, thank goodness.
It is?
Yeah, they said that there actually is a brontosaurus.
Yeah.
So all this time-
3,
I don't understand any of it.
plus 2 for your species.
Fat tissue does not go in.
Plus 3 for lichens.
It doesn't?
Not
Oh,
till later.
tissue.
Plus
I'm
3
sorry.
for you.
Thank you.
Wow.
All right, that changes everything. This game's awesome.
This is great. I'm delighted.
I have a question, and it
Sure.
will be revealing a card.
tell me.
But if I were to use this on this, take cooperation from
Yep.
the same source, but
Nope.
it's a carnivore.
Correct.
So it wouldn't work,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Wanted
That's
to
why
make
my
sure.
cooperation right here has been useless to me now. All right, everyone's got a card in?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, I am going to
Go first, Prince.
discard these 3 to bump this up 3. 1, 2,
What?
3.
What?
And then I am going to play this here.
Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh, you've ruined everything, Dave.
All right.
Oh, this is terrible.
We are gonna
You're terrible.
bump up my carnivore. That would be body size, right?
Yes.
How do you
bad.
bump up?
It's
Population,
really
same
bad.
thing. You discard a card and bump it up.
Really bad.
All right, here's 1.
And we're gonna put that there. And we are going to.
I didn't say this, but any food left on a fat tissue card at the end of the game will go into your scoring bag.
Oh, okay, great. That's good.
So I can discard 2 and bump
Yep.
1 body size and 1
Yes, you can.
population.
Yes, you can.
Great. Do I want to do that?
I don't know.
I think I'm going to do this, and I think it's going to end up. No, wait. No. That's not going to work. Okay. I guess I'm going to hold on to these to the
Okay.
next turn. See how
Nothing wrong
that,
with that.
plays out.
I'm going to discard this to increase my population. I'm going to add this to here. I'm going to add this to here. These two to here to increase my body size.
Okay.
So those are gone. And I'm saving this one card.
Okay.
I'm going to ditch this to do this. Population on that one.
Make the foraging worth something.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to discard this.
What is it for the forge? Oh, okay, forge.
To raise my
body size for the fat tissue.
I'm thinking about it. I think we could go population.
That's what I just did.
I'm going to go population as well.
That's one.
There.
Yep.
And then I'm going to discard this card to up my body size 1. Discard this card to up my body size again.
Yep.
And discard this card to up my population here.
Okay.
Wow.
You know what? Strike that. I'm going to do that down and this up. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
That's a little.
All right.
Mean. He's on his own.
Yep. All right.
He's not
So that's a
pack
hard
No,
shell.
no. Although he's in a herd
defensive
somehow.
herds.
A herd of one.
All right.
That's the name of my
Fertile,
band.
bump your population up 1.
I'm not even seeing the fertile card.
Oh, sweet.
again.
Population?
I'm getting all these chips, but who knows if we're actually going to have any.
Long necks, take your stuff.
Yay.
And then fat tissue also slides
from
right.
Fat
here.
tissue immediately slides to fill.
And then this, okay.
Long neck, take your stuff. Fat tissue slide.
Into the bag?
You know that
No,
dance.
in your species.
Oh, that's right.
The fat
Gobble,
tissue
gobble.
slide. I do that
Everybody
at every
do the long
wedding.
neck, everybody do their
Every
thing.
wedding I go
Yeah.
to, I do the fat
These are
tissue
ridiculous.
slide.
15 in the middle, please.
Holy cow! 15?
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
again.
crazy.
In addition to that
That's
one.
a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. That's bananas. But
Yeah, they're
So these
foraging.
turn over. What is this?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Intelligence?
They're,
Intelligence.
into the
Okay, and what
trees.
else? What else? What'd you got? What'd you got?
I didn't add anything to my...
What'd you got?
Okay,
It
I
just grew in size.
cooperated with this feller.
Okay.
Oh,
then when you long necked, you should feed. When you long neck, you feed.
but I didn't flip that card over.
It
yet.
flips over before all that. This
Okay,
all is
sorry.
revealed before. No.
Oh, yeah. No, it's from here.
Oh, yes, you're absolutely right. Yes.
Good safety.
Yep.
Take cooperation goes here.
Yep.
And then this guy's a long neck, so he gets one as well.
Is it adjacent or
Yeah.
everybody down the line for
Yeah.
cooperation?
So we reveal cards before we feed?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries.
And then...
Well, we haven't fed yet, but you flip cards before you reveal these tokens.
And that's it for now. I should have done this differently then. I did not realize I was going to get so much food here.
Okay.
But it's good because my fat tissue will get some stuff out of this.
All right. So starting with me, I feed first.
Are you going to carnivore it up?
Yes. I don't know which of those to do. You and your stupid carnivore over there, but I'm worried about you.
He's a big, dumb carnivore.
He's not small.
No.
No.
I mean, he runs into stuff a lot, but he's huge.
Huge.
All right. I am going to use my intelligence, throw away a card to ignore your hard shell.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will hit that guy. I get 2 meat for that because you're at body size 2.
Okay.
And your population goes down 1.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And that food immediately goes into your bag, the one that you now don't longer have. And that is my feed.
All right. What's your body size? We're
3
even.
and 3.
I can't hurt you. All right. That's where I'm going. So I am also going to use my intelligence and discard a card to negate your shell
Okay.
on your cow thing. Whatever that is. It looks like a cow.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
This?
the fat tissue.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
the fat tissue guy. So I'm
Kinda
going
like
to
a
chomp
hippo.
on that guy.
Okay.
All right, so...
You get 2 food for that.
2 meat.
Yep.
And
you
this
go
goes
down,
here.
You go down 1 in population. Correct.
Do I need to?
Well, you can't, so you're done.
Right. Because it's population that I'm feeding.
Right. Lincoln.
Okay, I feed.
Okay, that's so gentle.
You guys are all the carnivores. But it's good if you can make it work. I mean,
It's a challenge, I feel.
I am going to
Yeah.
carnivore... I could do that one, I could do that one too.
Yeah, you can.
you've already. I mean, I think I'm going to go for this here. I'm going to carnivore that carnivore.
Sure, because it gets you 3 food.
Even though I only need 1, but.
And I go down 1 in population.
1 pop.
Like that.
All right. I will do the same thing I did last turn. I will discard that
Oh,
card.
I'm sorry. And Scavenger, it should have fired off
Yep.
twice, right?
But you don't have population, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You're right.
We discarded it. Go down your fat tissue.
Oh, yes. Which is body size 2, so I should have 2 in there. Okay.
All right. I discarded the card. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit the middle one, Lincoln,
Okay.
for 1.
So he's D'd.
Yep.
Wow.
So that guy is gone.
Okay.
And you get 3 new cards for next round.
Just the
And
husks of
I'm
animals
done
that
eating.
have been
Nikki?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
evolved out of existence.
I think what I
Therefore
want to
you
do
are-
is discard for a non-carnivore to take 2 food from the bank.
No. You don't want to do that. You want to take this, don't you? It's right here.
Yeah, but
Then you don't have to spend a card.
my
to do it.
thinking is that if a lot stays for the next turn, right? My fertile will work.
Okay. That makes sense. Go for it.
Makes sense to you?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to see what'll happen.
Okay.
It might all end up.
Yep.
I might be saving it
I
for
forgot
you
about the
guys.
fertile. I totally forgot about it. Go ahead. Take 2 from the bank. All right. Are you
You're
done?
fed, right, Lincoln?
Yeah, but I've got fat tissue.
Oh,
Yep.
How
Go
about
for
it?
it.
That comes from here.
Yep.
I take here, and it gets an additional for foraging. Normally cooperation, but it doesn't matter because of the.
I get a fat tissue. I'm full.
I'm full.
I'm done.
We're all done, right?
Yep.
All right. Look at that. Plenty left over.
Oh yeah.
Neat.
All right, everybody eat.
This stuff goes into your tummy.
Tums.
There you go. Since we seem to be doing it this way.
You don't have to, Dave, if you did not find it silly or entertaining. Just be boring.
3, plus 2, plus 2, plus 3, plus 2.
2 plus 1 plus 1
2 plus 1 plus 1
2
plus 1. Are we doing clue?
is. How many musical laws have I broken today?
So
So very many.
I have to throw a card in the middle, don't I?
Very interesting. Just very interesting. Wow, shoot. Okay. So we're in the card play phase, correct?
Yep.
Nikki begins. All right.
Okay.
Discarding these 2.
Yeah, 1 new species and then I'll bump up with that extra deal.
Is there a limit to how many
Nope.
species?
Oh, wow.
No,
What are you bumping up? Body size?
I believe so, yes.
Oh.
And then
Someone's got some teeth.
all of these are going here. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Lincoln? That's exciting.
It's gonna get crazy.
That's exciting.
This guy's going to be changing. This is a change here for this fella.
Time for some
he's
evolution.
evolving. This.
You throwing away that?
Yep.
Bank that food.
At least you don't lose it when you change it.
Nope.
And let me make sure what that is.
Oh.
And then this. And I'm going to do this.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I love it. A full
That's
species
neat.
change. You almost were better off just starting a new species in a way.
No,
but
because
he
I-
doesn't want to lose your progress.
Yeah.
And I'm going to.
And you have the cooperation still. That's
That's neat. Okay.
yeah. This
then
was
I'm-
horrible for me, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
got
all
it right away, and then I
I'm
immediately.
gonna dump
It just didn't work.
this card for a new species.
Oh,
Sorry.
excitement!
Oops,
Ah!
sorry guys.
Hey man,
carnivore.
my monkeys didn't like that.
Are flying. And then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to Let me see what this one is again.
This is not a complicated game, right?
No.
It's pretty straightforward.
It's just the card combinations and
Right.
wrapping your head around them, especially when you first play it and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to play that one there because I'm going to be screwed. So I'll play that there, and I will bump up his body size.
Oh, man. You're kidding me.
He's gonna
Okay,
eat,
you need to
he's
discard
gonna
cards
eat
for that.
some Dave.
These three there.
I
Thank
think.
you.
I think that's what's gonna
you.
happen.
No, I'm
Play
just trying to
this
protect myself.
Here.
I think those are defensive.
Okay.
I believe those are defensive.
Play that there.
I think you
But
should
you never
attack
know.
Dave.
But you never know.
Ditch one to raise this body size.
Oof.
Holy
This
moly!
guy's
One to raise this population. Ditch one to raise this population. Ditch one to raise this population.
Yeah.
He's just gonna chomp everybody.
Well, we just need to chomp him.
Hey.
What?
Mind your business. Just kidding.
Mind your
really?
business.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's counting.
No, this is, it's like when you're in poker and you have that person to your left. And you make a big bet and they always come over the top.
What is this defensive hurting here? Must be a larger population. Okay.
Yeah, that's not hard to beat.
So 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Dear Jesus.
Oh, yeah, we're done.
this clearly is a strategy he wanted to try.
Well, I'm throwing away my intelligence, though. I don't think I can do that. If I do that, I have to keep this. Oh, I don't want to lose this guy. I might not do 1, 2, 3. I might just do 1, 2. Yay!
No.
The problem is I need to be able to, I don't want this guy to die.
Of course.
I don't know what that card is.
Oh, I know you don't. You will soon.
When you see its eyes, glowing red eyes.
That's how you'll know what the card was.
So I will take this up to here.
No. Dave.
And I'm going to spend this card
Wow.
to bump this population up 1.
This one bit.
But I have no card, so I can't use my intelligence. That was the risk I'm taking, right? In other words, if that's a defensive card, then I can't attack you anymore because I can no longer use my intelligence.
What if it's not a defensive?
Then I can. I just want to make sure this guy doesn't die.
Food?
Here we go.
Wait, we flipped these
Yes,
first.
flip
We
those
flip
first.
those first.
Okay, yeah.
Ambush.
Oh,
Here
sweet.
is the new exciting
ambush food.
species, hard shell. Symbiosis. Oh, wait, the arrow. Dang
Oh,
it.
cursed arrow in the
I
wrong direction.
am not bright.
And foraging. All right. Before I read these, long necks, go ahead. Take your long necks. Nikki, you're
You've got
fertile.
a
Your
carnivore
population
now.
goes up by 1.
I didn't want to, actually. I was saying, I
Fantastic.
had like a whole stack of, I had like 5 red cards.
Do
I
anything
didn't
that you
want to do
have
that.
that's green that does its thing. This fat tissue comes down here like this.
Oops.
So, Dave, you're
Yeah.
gonna take out this carnivore.
Maybe.
Is my guess. So,
Maybe. Here's the thing.
I mean, it's worth 5.
Here's the thing. We've all been very quiet about it, but this woman right here has been getting
A ton of
6 victory points every
Oh,
turn.
that's a good point.
So
Well, what I was going to ask, the reason I am asking is, if I do, just to be reminded of the order of things,
yes,
since I'm going to go before you do,
you want to have that guy eat so you can cash out. The
I can
food.
still get that food.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Do we all do our things that need to be done?
Yeah.
Please add 3, 4, 5 food to the middle.
Ooh, now we figured that out.
Well, it also, because I wasn't throwing a bunch of
Right.
big cards in there, but I had some that were big because it was just what it was.
It was the cards you didn't want to keep anymore.
Oh, these should have slid over. I'm sorry. That
Correct.
was the thing.
And Nikki, you eat.
Yum.
I mean, here's the deal. A lot of it is population. Like, even though my guy is big, other than the fat tissue card, I'm only generating 5 points a turn.
Yeah. Oh, I've been generating.
Technically,
nothing per
if
turn.
nothing happens, Nikki will generate 5, 6, 7 points.
Yeah.
You will generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're actually generating the same points as I
Yeah.
am, except for the fat tissue card,
Yeah.
which also can generate points. And well, you're now down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I mean, in other words, it's still pretty pretty
Sure.
balanced. I hit you last turn because I was worried about. I needed to get that fat tissue guy away, because that was getting you more points per turn every turn.
Okay, I'm gonna attack your fat tissue guy.
Do you have I have a body size of 7.
Oh, you got the shell. Shoot, I don't think I can attack anybody.
Well, that's why you save a card, right? The intelligence
yeah,
lets you forget
I know.
that.
I didn't.
Well, you could take back the one to
Yeah, I
the
don't
right.
care. Here.
Because that's a shell.
Here.
Yeah, do that.
Nikki,
Do
do
that.
that
Here.
card.
Pretend
because
like you
that's
didn't play it because it's
That
not
one
good
that didn't do
anyway.
you any
Are
good.
you sure, you
yes,
guys?
Yeah, no, that'd be
absolutely.
good.
All right, now I'm going to attack
You're learning
your
the game.
Is
tissue
there
cow.
anything else, by the way, out of curiosity, is there anything she can attack anyway?
Well, she's got to have climbing.
Yeah, I got to have climbing for
warning
that.
call.
And
Yep,
warning
okay.
call and...
Yep. All right, go ahead. Go for it.
Okay.
Well, this one is only a single body size. It just has horns, so you'll lose a population. But
No, it's better off doing
And
this.
my population for
I'm
him
sorry,
is at
yes.
It's better off hitting
1.
me.
Got it.
All right, so you have 3. Wait, you have 3.
Yeah.
You can't attack.
You couldn't do it anyway.
Oh, your
even with the
body
symbiosis.
size.
Right.
I was looking at this.
Right.
I was looking at your population number.
right.
Got to be bigger, right?
See, I can't attack anything.
You
You can attack this one because the
No, you can attack.
Body size
He's
is
got
only
the
2.
shell, though.
No, but
No,
you
but
can
you
use
use
the
that
card to
card to
ignore the
negate it.
shell.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So that happens. This population goes down 1,
Right.
and you get a meat for your carnivore.
She gets 2 meat.
You get 2 meat for your
But
carnivore.
I
Equal
only
to the
need
body size of
one.
who you
Yes.
attack. Correct. But
Got it.
can I... Never mind. That was probably the right thing to do.
I couldn't,
Just in case you lose that.
Oh, scavenger, I get food
Yep.
here.
because
Yep.
you're banking with fat tissue guy.
Right.
So
What was
you
the
would have
deal?
been
How did-
better
oh,
to
I
hit.
a long necked.
Right.
I'm like, how did I get food?
Right.
And that rabbit mouse guy has some special.
Well, once it says this species cannot be attacked if it has
Yeah.
food equal to its population.
Right.
So,
All right, Link, you feed next.
yes, I'm going to protect that guy a little bit.
And Rich.
Oh, it's the body size, right? Oh, not the population.
Right.
I was thinking if I attacked you, it would take down your population, but not your body size. So that's
Well,
all
here's the
that
deal.
matters.
It would take it down by 1, but that's okay. I still have more
Oh, yes.
population than you.
Yes. No, I understand. I was just referring to, I got body size and population mixed up.
Yep.
Was hopeful that I could keep you from doing it, but I don't think there's any way to keep you from
You
doing
probably
it.
have to hit one of these guys.
Well, no, I can hit him. I just,
He can hit this.
yeah.
He can knock this. No, you can't. I'm at 6.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I can't hit that. I can hit
Right.
that, though.
No, I'm at 7.
Oh, that's a 7 with that. So-
Yeah, you need the intelligence.
You can hit
intelligence.
Nikki.
I can hit anywhere here. Or okay.
You can use the ambush to ignore the warning call. Mm-hmm. You can hit Nikki here, and you can hit Lincoln there. You can, and you can hit Nikki here.
I feel like I should take that population down 1, right?
Yeah.
It's
Probably.
causing me trouble.
It's getting a lot of. Banking a
Foodage.
lot of food every turn.
All right.
Rah, 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 rah,
I'm going to
rah.
use the carnivore over there
Okay.
Yeah.
to do this for its final act.
For my final act,
Before he passes.
your scavenger would get another food technically, but there's no food to get. No, it would go in the fat tissue. We already determined that.
Yes, right.
All right, Rich.
There it goes. So I get 3 cards, right?
Yes.
This goes in my stomach.
Yes.
The Tums.
And I get 3 meat. Which means my carnivore is now fed and will not attack any further.
All right.
Okay.
Drat.
Nikki?
Okay. I will. What am I doing?
Yeah, the carnivore complications are
Meat.
like it's, but you
here?
have to have
Yeah,
them
Just to
make sure the guy doesn't
because
go
the
away.
other stuff
Right.
is just kind of boring.
That's
to
done?
do.
Yeah.
And
do
then
that.
he would get another one if his
But there's no room.
population was higher.
All right,
so.
Link, eat.
Eat. Yeah, the downer's this guy isn't going to be able to do anything.
The carnivore?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a. I need to have like symbiotic stuff.
Oh, 'cause
Yeah,
hard
this.
Oh, hard shell. Yeah.
Yeah.
hard shell.
You can hit Nikki right there.
Okay. Really? What's
Yeah,
the body
she's
size?
only at
Okay,
2.
Okay.
He's not.
Well, I'm
You're
going
at
to do
3.
this first.
Okay. Done. Rich.
I have no more fat tissue.
I'm going to do food here,
And forage.
which does foraging, and then cooperation,
Feeds
which
that
gives
into-
this to fat tissue.
I will take a food and put it here. Done.
Okay, now it's time to eat. My little dude is going
Get
to.
some meat.
Yep. Knock you down 1. And I take it from here?
Yes, you take a meat from there. You take technically 2, but you have room for 1. You always get food equal to body size.
Oh, okay, that's right.
And Rich.
I'm full.
And I can take 1 more. And Nikki P.
Take another.
I think that's it. I don't have any
Everybody.
any other goodies.
Done, done, done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Skis.
All right, eat.
Yay, and there's leftover.
Let's see if this is the last round.
Oh, really?
Wow, it's a quick little game. I mean, compared to what I thought it was going to be.
Well, because
why does it?
2 dinosaurs went away, right? That took 6 cards out of the deck. So that's 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. You get 3.
Yep.
You get 2. I get 2.
Wow.
Nikki gets 3. 1 plus 2 from here.
Why does it feel like this game would, like looking at it, why does it feel like it's going to take way longer than
Yeah,
that?
it's just
That's
that.
random.
I think the deck mechanism
Okay.
is
This is it.
great too. 'Cause
Last
it's-
round.
Last round.
Eat up.
But I think that might be something that like it's maybe scares people off a little bit because it definitely made me nervous to teach this to people. I've had this on my shelf since the Kickstarter and I just haven't even tried it because I've been
attempted it.
nervous to teach it. But this is not that complicated.
No,
Yeah.
it's pretty neato.
Seems. I was watching them play
Oh wait.
because I hadn't played it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a complicated game, and now sitting down doing it,
It's not so bad.
not really, not so much. Okay.
All right, remember.
Oh, this is our last round, right?
This is the last round.
Okay.
At the end of this round, you're going to score 1 for everything in your bag, 1 for whatever your population is,
Ooh, I forgot to put that away.
any fat tissue cards, and also 1 for every active
okay.
trait on a species that still exists.
Okay.
Active trait. Okay.
Wow, we're just gonna active trade it up here.
Well, if you can keep them,
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna happen.
it is worth points, though, that's for sure.
They're all in. So
All right,
now,
starting with Lingen.
do card
Okay. I don't really know what to do, so I'm gonna go quickly. I am gonna do this here. We definitely want to do that there. I want to do that there. And then I guess I could just try to go for it and get its population up a bit to get some points. But the problem is I got to get him, like, potentially to be able to feed.
Right, and more importantly, if you think that guy's going to die, you don't want to put traits on him because they'll go away and won't get you any points.
Right.
You might be better off adding a 3rd trait, like a defensive trait here,
Yeah, I don't
and
have
bumping
a lot.
and bumping up the population on these. Especially because every time you put something here, you put something there.
Yeah.
So you like feed. Next time you feed. This guy's protect by a warning call. This guy's will be protect by burrowing when he's full.
Which he'll feed kind of quickly, right? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm not knowing. So let's bump up the population there. Let's bump up the body size, I guess. And let's just take it. Let me see if that's what that says. Okay, I'll just do that. I'm done.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to do this.
Getting rid of that.
Then 1, 2, 3 to do this.
Ooh.
Woo!
And then
Well, this is great. He's going to have 2 right off the bat.
Correct.
do this for body size and then 2 for population. Try and get some points
Hugger
somewhere.
mugger, hugger mugger. Rhubarb. Well, and then he added well. Oh. Why can't I turn this guy into a carnivore this turn?
Did you not get the cards?
I didn't.
That was my hand the last round.
I don't think it would matter anyway. Fertile, that doesn't help me. Hard shell, that doesn't help me.
Myrtle, the fertile dinosaur.
All right, well, let's throw one of these to raise.
I don't know why that's what Myrtle sounds like.
Because she's fertile.
That's the mating call.
Raise that
Fertile
population
dinosaur.
up. And one of these,
If I'm not mistaken, that's the mating call of the fertile dinosaur.
raise this one up. And that's it, I'm done.
Okay.
Ah. I had a plan. Dough. This was the plan. That.
Oh, not that.
That.
Not that.
That and that. And then
You want to
Yes,
probably
I
raise that up for the
do.
foraging.
I'm gonna
No.
hold your little horsies.
There's only a dinosaur.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave.
There's probably some animal in here that
All right, so that's going for population. Dun dun. I don't want to do that to that guy.
the thing I think about this game is just like trying to get
Right.
the right little thing and
Oh, yeah.
at the right levels
There's
to
also
try
a
to
lot
score.
of timing.
Yes.
And like noticing what other. This means a lot.
Yes.
Player order really means a lot.
As it does in a lot of games, right?
Yes, absolutely. But there are some that it doesn't feel like it's as big of a deal.
Done.
Here it
All right.
feels crucial.
Everybody, hey, Fertile, raise your population. Turn your cards over, everybody.
Yes.
Boop.
Fat tissue goes right here.
Yes, fat tissue slides in. Oh, globbity glob.
FTS. Fat tissue slide.
Some protection there.
Everybody do their thing. All right, food this round is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, no one ever. Only one time negative got played to the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, start player. Start it up.
I guess I feed
Don't you want to do your carnivore first before people start?
eating him.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the
or-
deal. Well, no one's got climbing, right? Well, but 2 people have intelligence that can ignore stuff.
Right.
So if you, it's a weird timing issue. If you fed your middle guy, then the burrowing would also come into effect.
Right.
Burrowing is, I'm done
neat.
eating, I'm going to go underground.
Neat.
And then he can't be attacked once he's full.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But maybe you should do the carnivore first. I just don't know.
I
Well,
just.
it's only a size of 4. I don't even know if it's enough.
No and no. 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 Yes. Right.
Here it's a no.
You can attack Nikki
Here it's
here.
a yes. It's a no here because defensive hurting and hard shell. And then here it is a possibility.
You
Yeah, but it's
horns.
4. It's equal.
No, no,
Oh, no, it's body,
body
size.
size.
You can hit him here, but you'll take a population hit.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't count for anything at the end of the game, though.
No.
But it would keep him from getting that food.
Interesting enough, though, it feeds him completely because he would get 2 food from you, and he would only need 2 if he hit you there.
With the population going down. Yep.
Right.
Well, but he's also a scavenger, so he can easily fill up if I go to
Yes.
somebody else, too.
Okay, so if you hit Nikki,
Yeah.
you get 2 plus 1 is 3, and you're done.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Yay.
Sorry, Nick.
It's okay.
And then 1 for the scat. And then 1 for Elijah. All right?
Okay.
2 plus 1, right? Yeah.
I'm going to take a food here.
Yeah.
Because of foraging, I take 2. And because
Yeah.
of cooperation, I take a third that goes over here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No. It's not small.
Yeah.
I see.
6.
1.
I know. It's going to be pretty big.
Plus hard shell.
Oh, yes.
Hard shell tacos? Mm-hmm. He's a hard shell taco dinosaur.
Hard shell taco. Open your golden gate.
Wow.
I know, what was that?
All right, I need to attack you over there, is the problem.
You don't need to attack me.
Oh, yes,
I'm a
I
gentle,
do.
2 gentle creatures, cooperating, foraging, hurting defensively. Let us evolve. We'll become human one day.
And
If I do that,
If you take us out, then no one's going to be around to design this game.
you're going to forage next turn.
I mean, it's a couple
Yeah.
billion years down the line, but you know what I
You're
mean.
gonna
It's a
forage.
I'm just trying to tell a story.
butterfly
guys.
business thing, you know?
That's who's got, what's your body mass over there? 3, right?
Which one? This guy? Yeah.
What's your BMI?
I can't hit that. Well, I could hit that guy, but I don't think it behooves me. I think you might be the problem here, so I'm going to.
it's like, hey,
I'm going
whoa.
to use
I feel
intelligence.
similarly. All right.
I'm going to use intelligence
To ignore
the horns.
horns. Okay. So this goes down a pop.
And I eat
Takes
2.
a pop.
And I eat 2 meats. Two
Yes.
meats. 2 meats that eat as
I knew that was
eat as
coming.
one.
Oof.
Gadzooks.
Oh, egads your own self.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's go for your cow again.
Which cow?
The hippo.
You can't. I'm at 7.
I keep forgetting that stupid shell
It's a cow with a shell.
because it's not.
You have a card.
If I drew a picture of a
That.
cow with a shell,
Yeah.
You would never forget.
You have a card.
You have
We're
a
just gonna
card.
Ignore that.
I know. I saved one, and it was either going to be used for this or this.
But it's still not big enough, right?
Yeah, but it takes a food away from him.
Yeah.
I know, but
It
but
knocks me down
it's
a victory
equal
point.
body size, right?
Is it
Oh yeah,
still a
because I'm
three?
at 3 and you're at 3, so
Okay,
that doesn't.
I
Make any
gotta
difference.
just stop trying to get to you because
You cannot attack me even
No.
with the card.
No,
I
it's
cannot.
she's got to try to go for me.
Or him.
That's a 3 as well.
No, it's a 2.
No, it's a 2.
it's a 2.
Oh,
Have you burrowed yet?
You can do that with the card, or you can do this with the card.
but there's a whole bunch of stuff here that you
This
have
is-
to.
Tough. It's a hard shell and
Oh,
defensive
never
herding.
mind. She can't with the card.
I don't know that anyone can get this guy. Because the defensive
I could have
herding-
if I threw 2 cards away.
But your population... Oh, because you can ignore that.
I would ignore
Yes,
them
you
both.
could. Yes. Then you could.
But I
cards.
wanted to prevent your foraging from doing its thing.
Well, you did it.
I did.
It's upsetting.
All right, Nikki P.
Yeah,
It's either Lincoln or Rich.
yeah. Trying to judge the bag size.
Oh,
That's
They're just all on their
probably
sides.
it's
cheating.
very thin. It's
Yeah,
very
don't worry
thin.
about
There's
this.
there's nothing in here.
Look at this. Oh, it's so upsetting.
Exactly. You guys
I
both got
wish
them
I
pretty
had- hang on, I
flat.
only got
You didn't
3
take
things
one
in
for your long neck.
here. I can just
Oh,
tell you what's
sorry.
in here. There are only 2 in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe you.
Well, the other thing you could do is you could just eat this now
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
and pull food from the middle.
Yo,
before
Yeah.
it's
but
too
that'll
late.
cost her 3 victory points, won't it?
No, she just eats, right?
I'm gonna eat.
If she
I
does
eat
this,
one.
then she forages.
My
That pulls
forage
one from the
that.
middle.
I see. I'm sorry. I
That
thought
makes
you
the
were
pool
saying-
lesser for all of us,
Yes,
right?
I thought you were saying attack that.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I
No,
thought
no,
you
no,
said
Got
too.
it, got it, got it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, I don't want to overanalyze it.
Okay. I'm going to take here.
Hey, foraging?
That's full.
Cooperation.
Cooperation happens.
Yeah, choke
so
on
this
it.
goes. Choke on my cooperation.
I'm going to take a fat tissue. Done.
Fat tissue.
Okay. It's you.
It's me.
So we're gonna negate your hard shell.
Negate my hard shell.
That
Okay.
works.
Okay. You're
What's the
going for this
defensive
one.
herding?
The problem
Oh,
defensive
yeah.
herding is
Can't do it.
Oh man,
You have to have a
what-
population
what's
bigger than this.
that
You can do this
about?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is ripe for the killing.
You can do this one.
Because you can ignore the
eating.
horns,
Okay.
and then it's just a. and
Ignoring the horns.
This goes right into my bag, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Now I have 3 in here.
Okay.
Pick that guy with only 3.
He
hang on.
was
I'm a guest
3.
here.
So
Can I
he
suggest? Can I suggest, Nikki, you don't want to do that? I'm sorry.
Why?
Because this is going away, and you want food.
I want food.
Because your population will fall down otherwise.
So I'm resetting
you
that.
want to pull
Yeah,
one of these
reset.
instead.
I have reset.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
These are disappearing. So
I know.
this guy can always eat when this is gone.
I'm done eating.
If
so.
I save this card. Yeah.
Right.
To me,
To
Yep.
do
Oh,
that.
or you could use that card to put food here.
Exactly, but
Yeah,
then
to
this
me.
one
Take that there.
falters.
I'll do this. You
you're
want to
full, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
Sadly.
goes here.
you want to deny us food anyway, right? Because I could take one more fat tissue. He
I
could
could
take
take
2
2
more.
more.
You want to pull food away from us,
Before you eat them.
right?
Now
Hang on.
I've filled.
I don't have
days to
enough,
go.
though.
I get to attack when dinosaurs attack. I need 2. You have 2. It's just fun to hit you. So, well,
This goes here.
yeah.
Okay. This
That's
goes
a lot
here.
of points, Link.
Yeah.
That's more than
Well,
you
this
got.
is huge
You've
over
got
there.
1, 2, 3. Well, 1,
got
2, 3, 4,
6,
5, 6,
7.
7, 8. But you got 8 in cards. Whatever.
I have 4 in my bag now, so it's.
I did it, and I
no,
was
it's
3
still
a moment ago,
No,
yeah.
now
You
it's
did it
back
your
up to
way?
this.
I pick up
Really
two food.
reset.
Yep. Now go ahead.
Okay.
So now decide. Do you want to attack with your carnivore? You do because you're
Well, he
going to lose
needs
him.
to eat.
Yep, you're going to lose him otherwise.
Right. So I gotta attack.
You can take
I
Rich or
know, but I want to attack you.
Lincoln. You cannot. I love you too, though.
Okay.
Well, let's see. What does she ignore?
She can ignore one thing.
One thing.
Her card allows her to ignore one thing, so she can hit you here.
But he burrowed, right? Because he's full.
Right,
full.
but you can hit him here.
So I could do that one, but it dies.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, body sizes.
No,
Nope,
population.
just
Oh, population.
You will
okay.
not be killing anyone's species. You will just be knocking it down 1 point. So Lincoln or Rich.
I don't know. Link.
Okay.
Rah, rah.
So,
So
she's
this
doing
one?
this to ignore the warning call
Okay.
from the next door neighbor.
Yep.
But wait, his body size, I'm only going to get one. That's all
you
I
can-
need.
Yep.
That's all you need.
You're full.
Yep.
I'm full.
There's
nothing anyway.
only carnivores who are not
I'm
full out.
hungry.
All right. No one died, right?
No one died.
All right. So take all
these to our stomachs.
take all the food in your stomachs,
Tummies.
and then your points is. Your
Yes.
points is.
Yeah, points is.
Your points are
The points is...
one for everything in your bag.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your species score their population, so you're going to score 3, 4, 5,
right.
6,
Oh, great.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you start at 15
okay.
plus what's in your bag. Every trait card that's still on the board counts as a point for you. So
All right.
You, in your case, 15
15
plus
plus whatever's in my tummy.
Right.
I actually made it to the end with 3 again. I got that one back up. But yeah, I just did all defensive in that one when the other dude got wiped out.
Oh, you did all right, I think, Lincoln. What'd you score?
I did. So it was 16 or something. No, 14, 20, 30, 44.
36? Not even close.
I had 41.
39?
So let me get this straight. 39,
39.
40,
Yep.
41, 44.
What? He should have 42.
Why?
So it would be
Oh, yeah,
39,
yeah,
40,
yeah.
41, 42.
Wow. Okay, again, like we've had in our lives before, a close game,
Yeah.
much closer than I thought
Absolutely.
it was going to be.
Especially
You
when,
thought I was running away with it, didn't you?
No,
Well, I
when
was
you
actually
pointed out
Yes.
Nikki, that was where I was like, oh my gosh, she's probably killing us.
But the truth of the
'Cause
matter
I wasn't
is,
really paying attention.
the truth of the matter is, once I pointed that out, I actually realized like 2 turns later that you were the one who was actually kind of chugging along. And that was why that next turn I took out that middle species from you.
Right.
Because your things were small, but the fat tissue was points for you. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You
That
had a
fat-
nice little
I
engine.
never really had. The card thing that's the one thing that's difficult for me in just doing in this game is getting the cards to just bump this stuff up without, like losing that one. I mean, I gained 3 cards. I think that was maybe the one where I had a bunch of carnivore cards, and I didn't really want to do it because it was overkill. It was like several of the same card.
Yeah.
Which, unless I wanted to convert them all, and I didn't, I wanted to try to make one guy like I did before because I thought that was kind of cool, having him like be like the dominant one that semi-protected
Yeah,
the other ones,
right.
And it worked out, thankfully, in the second round.
What do you think, dinosaur shirt?
Yeah.
Dinosaur shirt. I liked it, and I want to create some more stuff like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the body size versus the population. I really liked all the different traits and how you can build these weird different species. The carnivore is a bit hard to wrap your head around,
Yeah.
for sure.
Was this the one I actually just completely transferred in my exchanged
Yes.
3 cards?
Yes.
I don't think
It worked for you, though.
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever want to be having more carnivores because that's just not me. That's not the way I like to play games.
Yeah, but it's part of what the game is.
You gotta
right?
hit people. I get it. But
Right.
I think if I had 2 carnivores or all 3 were carnivores, that would get really hard trying to like decide who you were going to attack all
you saw
the
what
time.
happened with Dave. He had to eat him. Ultimately, his best move was to eat himself.
Yeah.
I think the early part of the game is what hurt me the most. This cooperation ended up being a complete waste because I ended up having it next to a carnivore, which didn't help me, especially because I mismanaged my middle species, right, as far as doing that. And once that happened to me, even though I was churning a good sort of thing, I fell behind everybody all of a sudden in that regard, but it didn't look like I did. So for like the first part of the game, partly because also I didn't have as much defense, but like for the first part of the game, like you hit me and you hit me.
You were very hittable in the
but
beginning.
rightly so. I mean, but a lot of it was also there is that slight sort of perception of, oh, I wonder who's doing better than someone else.
Yeah.
I think, again, it's weird. Same thing with you that you just said. I was the last player at the beginning, so Nikki was a start player, and in that position, that's my best chance to be a carnivore because I get to see what everybody does at the beginning of the game, and I had the card at the beginning of the game, and I couldn't pull the trigger because it meant immediately eliminating somebody's species on the very first turn.
Yeah.
And even though I think that would be my best move, I couldn't do it.
Right. But that's the thing. That's why I think when you tell people about the game, you're just like, understand that it's going to change and it's not such a bad thing. Getting those 3 cards helped us a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were able to bounce back on the next turn, and it's not as terrible. Initial round would be rough because you only have like 1 or 2 cards maybe, or if you're lucky. But still, it's not horrible, right?
I still couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, if you play it more, and some folks just play more aggressively in that manner. I like it. I wish that in this case I didn't even have an opportunity to be a carnivore till later. I just didn't have the cards.
Yeah.
And so that was weird. So I was trying to make the best balance that would let my herbivores succeed, but I never, this was kind of what it was, right? I never had large pop. This was the biggest one I got, and that was the last round.
Yeah.
So it's a miracle. I guess it was the fat, but the fat just kept moving over, right?
Part of it was so when you had 2, 2, and 2 at one point, I think, you were getting like 6 points every round. And because of long neck, you were pulling from here.
This was a new guy.
You were pulling from here instead of here. And you were pulling 2 from here, 1 for the long neck and 1 for the cooperation. So you were getting food right away. There was always tons of food in the middle.
Tons.
So you were, if this had been,
If we played this again, that would be different.
right.
You think so? We would see. My problem was even though I had that, like one time I almost put an 8 out there because it was like I really don't need this one. It was a long neck, and I'm like. I almost put it out there. I'm like, well, I can't do that.
Right.
But I almost did it because it was just the best one to get rid of. But I just thought, well, I can't put 8 out there.
I had to weigh every one of those decisions again based on where the
Right,
start
you
play
totally
marker
do, right?
was. Because trying to see, well, I better put out a bunch because everybody's gonna pick at it before it gets to me.
Right.
I think going back to what you were saying, Nikki, about having more than one carnivore.
Yeah.
The really hard thing about that is managing them.
Yes.
Because you have to keep growing. You have to make that body size big. And if you don't if your carnivore has a small body size, it is worthless.
Well,
Yeah, it
ultimately,
is
I think
worthless.
something like where you have like that center guy protecting the other guys, that could be the way you could do that with multiple carnivores.
Right. Yes.
Where you don't have necessarily as much attack stuff, but you build your size. You build that guy big, and then he protects these other guys, which is really thematically awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Thematically, it's really cool.
Go
ahead.
Did anyone put in a negative?
I did.
You did at one point?
Yeah, I did too.
Okay.
I never
actually
got
used-
one though.
I-
I kept trying to put low numbers, and I often had my lowest number was a 2. Like I didn't even get zeros.
Yeah, I rarely got
Well,
them.
I was a drag. I had that intelligence, and I never had the card to throw away to give him 2 food. I mean, I was like, oh, I'll get my population up. I'll throw away cards. Never even could do it. I just didn't have the right.
Well, in the first half of the game, cards are really tight.
Well, I feel they're tight almost through the end anyway.
They loosen up as the game goes on.
Well, sure, because eventually stuff's grown to a point where you don't necessarily worry about it anymore. And also, once you put 3 cards on something, you might not ever put
Well,
something there
I
again.
spent 3 cards to completely evolve that.
Yeah. That
which
was
weird.
weird.
But it was like, I got to do it. I think I lost.
Yeah, if this had been
He was
any
not
other card,
He was the edge.
I probably would have
Went
won
together.
by a lot,
Yeah.
right?
I the only reason I was even in the mix at the end on the points is
that?
because I forgot that population marker counted as points.
Oh, I
at the
thought you were
end,
doing
too.
that on purpose because
No,
of
I
that.
did it so that I would make 6 points on the end.
Right.
But it ended up being 12 points.
Correct.
Because I just didn't.
Well, and all
remember
this
that.
really helped you out, right? To
Yes.
protect that guy. So you didn't
Yes.
have to
Right.
worry about body size. You could
What was
go
your score?
for
41?
41, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we knocked you down. So if we don't knock you
Yeah,
down,
he wins.
he either wins or ties you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
3 different, right?
Here's the deal.
Yeah,
if
that's
I
good.
knock you down instead of him, then he wins.
But I
right.
knocked Lincoln.
Yeah.
So
Right, but I'm saying if
You
on
knocked
one of
him
my,
and then I
hit him
knocked
twice,
Lincoln.
but if
Yeah.
I hit him once and Lincoln once, I might throw the game to Rich at the end. But
Yeah.
the nice thing about the bags, of course, is you don't
You
know.
don't know
Yeah, I
that
like
for
that.
sure. Yeah.
But that is, I could see, it's not a problem for me, but I could see where some people would not like that slightly perceived leader thing of not knowing.
I couldn't tell you. I only became aware of Nikki's 6 points per game thing when you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't really looking at that. I was so worried about. Obviously, with more play, you get more understanding of what's going on, and
What I had forgotten at that point, though, I feel a little bad. What I'd forgotten at that point was that she had that rough start.
yeah, you
So
killed.
even though she was generating a bunch of points per turn,
She was catching up already.
She was catching up, not running away with it.
right.
Yeah.
That
Well,
said,
I didn't target her. I mean, I
No.
did hit her that last round because I was a
I
carnivore
had that
at
one
point.
species in the middle. The
and
same.
that said, we didn't overly target her either from that.
No,
point.
I didn't feel like
In
anyone
fact,
was really
even
beat up
having
on.
said that, I actually thought I thought you were the threat mid game because your middle thing, knocking out that warning call to unprotect the other two, and getting rid of the fat tissue for you was like a double bonus for me.
Right.
My biggest blunder, I think, was wasting a card on that ambush. When my carnivore was so like on the edge of extinction anyway. Had I not blown that ambush and used that ambush to make it bigger or to bring in another species or something,
was the thing that
Well, the
you
ambush
worried
could have
about
hit,
the warning
but then
call.
you didn't do it.
But I didn't end up doing it. I didn't.
Why
need it.
didn't you, by the way?
Well, I think that it wasn't my best bet at that moment, and I think that maybe the ambush wasn't exactly the wrong play, except that the way it all shook out, it ended up being wrong.
Right.
With your body size shooting up so much, and with it's just positionally, it ended up being a bummer.
You know me, I'm not a big theme gamer as far as caring,
Yeah,
but
me neither.
we had said this before. The theme works really cool here, and that's the thing that's also nice about it. Like all these things make sense as to how they work and how they
Yeah, how they're integrated with.
how they sort of help your
And
species.
lots of really fun illustrations, man.
Yeah.
I really
the art
like-
is really
I
cool.
love the crazy bright colors and stuff. It's awesome. Really well done.
Yeah, and I like that you probably could. I could see very easily winning a game and never being a carnivore. You know, you could build the game that I played. This is my second game of this. So the other game that I played, I did what you did, Lincoln. I didn't get a carnivore till very late in the game, and I managed to get like a 5/6
Wow.
herbivore that had like long neck, cooperation, and
Scavenging.
No, where's the symbiosis one?
I didn't.
Oh, they all
play
got
it.
doing-
they
Yeah,
got-
Nikki played it. Where
Yeah.
this? Sorry, over here.
I had the arrow
I had
going.
I had like a 1 or 2 body size or a 1 body size and like a 6 population, and this had like long neck foraging and symbiosis. And symbiosis is this can't be attacked if the species to its right has a larger body
Yes.
mass. And so I kept it small. And every once in a while, people would use intelligence to hit me, but all they do when you hit you is they just knock your population down by 1, and maybe by 1. And then on my next turn, I would just throw 2 cards away and bump it back
Wow.
up.
Yeah.
So I was generating
Wow.
a bunch of victory points every turn. I didn't do that on purpose. It was my very first game. And in my opening card set, I had long neck and foraging, and I thought, oh, well, that's really cool. Because I didn't know how this was going to work yet.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna. I guess it was just the play, but I thought for sure it was gonna get super sparse.
Ours
quickly.
was a 3-player game.
But forcing us to play a card though is pretty awesome.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
It's like every
Yeah.
card you want to keep.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, again, especially because they're tight.
Yeah.
You think, oh, I'm going to bump this up. I mean, how many times during the game, and I played before, was I going to bump this up and bump this up and bump this up? Done. Oh, crap, I still have to throw a card
Yes.
in.
Yes.
Like, and you had them already apportioned
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, in a hypothetical world, how would the game change if we didn't keep things in a bag? If it was open information as to, I mean, other than adding like
That'd be
4 hours to it.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah.
that's the one thing that really saves it is that you just can't worry about it. You just
Yeah.
have to try to.
Right.
But that's
know,
what's
it's-
cool about it. It's,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you said too, like at the beginning of the game when you were telling us about the game, you said sometimes you're not going to know exactly what a trait is going to do. Just try it.
Right.
And there's actually a lot of wiggle room for that in this. To just kind of take a swing. You don't know what's going on in here. You don't know necessarily how it's all going to shake out by the time it comes back to you.
Right.
But it never hurts. Nothing ever really is
Well,
a giant hurt.
No.
The only thing is you take a ding, right? So you lose one card because you're going to need a card to start up another species. But the thing is it's not that terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it was probably going to get eaten by somebody,
Yes.
right? Period. Right? It's going to happen. And I was like, I was shocked you hit me twice, but I'm like, well, it makes sense. And I'm going to start again,
Yeah.
right?
It's a really cool
Yeah,
game.
really
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I'm eager to see the flight. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
flight expansion. Yeah, it's way more accessible than I thought it would be just looking at it. And it's not. I don't think I'd introduce it as a gateway game, just because of the complexity of the interactions between the cards. I do think it's a pretty.
Midweight.
Yeah, you can play it a couple times in an evening.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Especially once you get a sense and know the cards and
Yeah.
figure out what you're doing.
It's still fun. I like his point though, that it's just, it doesn't matter. You just go for it and see if you can make it work out, right? You look at your cards and go, this is not going to work. And, like I said, I had 5 carnivore cards at the end. Like, I had 3 carnivore cards and 2 other modifiers. And I was just like, I can't deal with that. And it was okay. But,
Yeah.
I ended up making it work.
Well, it gives you something to do with those cards, even if they stink.
Oh, yeah.
You
you
can
can
use them to
beef
do
up
something
your,
else,
your weight.
You have
Yeah.
options.
Yeah, it's very, very neat.
Or use them for your intelligence stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's-
I never saw an intelligence
Yeah.
card the whole game.
Oh,
which
really?
killed it. The
Boy.
dumbest species.
They're
in the
good,
game.
but the problem, of course, is it means you have to not spend cards. So
Yeah.
if I have intelligence, it means I can't bump up my population or my body size as much as I want
Right.
because I need to keep that one. My only chance I thought to even be in it was that one risk I took against you, which was
Right.
if that was a defensive card, I couldn't attack you.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to hold on to that card because it was critical to me to raise this up.
Yeah.
Because I wanted my fat tissue population generation
Maybe the
machine.
fat tissue slide. Yes.
Well, it was cool because you had 3. You were able to get 3 food on that, which
Right.
was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
The fat tissue slide. Well, thanks for teaching us, Dave.
You
thanks.
are
Yeah.
welcome.
Three, 2, 1.
GameNight! Wow.
You were going to say something?
You sure? We could do big black letters.
No, I wasn't
Okay.
doing that. I was just okay. Dominic Crapuchettes. Dmitry Knorre. Yeah, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Game
Night!
Tonight on Game Night, Species Rich. Nikki, let's start over. Let's start over.
I think you have to use this take.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
GameNight!
Tonight on Game Night, Species Rich, Nikki, Lincoln, and myself, Dave, will attempt to evolve in Evolution, a game by Dominic Crapuchettes, Sergey
Knorre?
Machin, and Dmitry Knorre.
No.
Yes,
We did it!
You did them.
Oh, yeah.
That was the wrong order,
this is the
though.
one you're using.
That's not the one I'm using.
Dominic Crapuchettes, okay.
Dmitry Knorre and Sergey.
Dmitry Knorre.
Dmitry.
Dominic, Dmitry, oh, there you go. Dominic, Dmitry, and Sergey. All right, here we go.
3,
Yeah.
3, 2.
Game night.
Good Lord.
3, 2, 1.
Game Night!
Tonight on Game Night, original species Rich, Nikki, Lincoln, and myself, Dave, are going to play Evolution, a game designed by Dominic Crapuchettes, Dmitry Knorre, and Sergey Machin. It plays from 2 to 6 players.
You gotta do it again.
And no, we will not do it again. And it is published by North Star Games. Let's evolve.
Sweet.